let me hit you with some facts. Potentially a very uncomfortable truth. Most retail traders fail. I don't care if you're talking about trading stocks, options, Forex, crypto futures, or even tulips. Most retail traders end up in a worse off financial situation at the end relative to when they started. Depending on the data set that you use, upwards of 90% of retail traders lose money. I know that's a completely crazy thing to say, because if you look on social media, every guru, furu, and their grandma is trying to sell you a course of how you could easily be a multi-millionaire trader like them, and all you have to do is buy their course. Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, that's not real. They're most likely selling you snake oil because there's no perfect system that is always making money. That's not how things work. Trading is not easy. It's extraordinarily difficult. The interwebs will tell you that's incredibly easy, and you too could be a multi-millionaire if you just follow steps A, B, and C. But that doesn't really explain why such a high percentage of people end up failing when they attempt to be a successful active trader. Now I get it. I'm coming across as a little bit of a negative Nancy, but if that's what it takes to speak the truth, I'll say it. I think we should all be a bit more honest about the difficulties of trading. It's a breath of fresh air. Because if you've ever traded, you're gonna definitely notice the discrepancy between allegedly how easy it is and the actual true difficulty of the nature of trading. And it's on that exact note that I wanna speak to all of you. If most traders end up failing, and yet there's a small cohort who are not just successful, but by many definitions, hyper successful, what in the world is going on? What has that small group figured out that the rest of the group seemingly can't figure out or isn't at least executing upon? Very quickly, before we move on, if you're already a successful trader, this video is not for you. In all seriousness, I congratulate you. That is no easy feat. Massive congrats. And if anything, I wish you even more success. But this video is for people who really enjoy the markets and they're currently honing in on not just their technical skill set, but also their psychological skill set, their discipline. That is really the sweet spot of what I want to focus on in this particular discussion. However, if your trading results aren't exactly where you want them to be, in this discussion, I want to present a new mindset, a new framework through which you can view the market that I think will slowly but surely stack the deck in your favor, potentially increasing your chances of being a profitable trader. So to kick this off, why should you listen to me? And the answer is I have absolutely no clue. So to add a little bit of context, let me tell you a bit about myself. I have a degree in computer science. I was also studying statistics, and I was applying all that knowledge to the world of systematic trading, which is basically a fancy way to say that I'm a giant nerd and didn't really have many friends. Anyway, my overall goal was to become a quant on Wall Street. I wanted to write computer programs that would buy and sell for me, and obviously I wanted them to be very, very profitable. That's a pretty solid plan in theory, but it went completely out the window when the world shut down in 2020, and I guess I was having a quarter life crisis or something because I decided to order a webcam, and I thought to myself, hey, I'll be a content creator. Even though I can't be a quant on Wall Street, I'll teach about systematic trading on the interwebs. Quick side note here, my videos were awful. I'm being dead serious. If you're ever feeling bad about your life, go look at my earliest videos and you'll magically feel better. Understand when you watch those that I wasn't intentionally being cringeworthy. That was literally my best effort and it came across that awkwardly. But anyway, I digress. So you might be asking yourself, why do I even still care about systematic trading, even though I'm obviously not a quant on Wall Street? First of all, that's a great question, and I'll give you the very brutal answer. I care about systematic trading because I am a horrible trader. I'm being dead serious. I don't have the discipline, the psychological makeup, or whatever you want to call it to be a successful trader. I don't know if this resonates with any of you, but I feel like I get all the theory of trading, but when it comes to the heat of the moment, I end up playing too big, I hold on too long, I double down, I revenge trade, I do a lot of things I know I shouldn't be doing, but for whatever reason, I can't stop myself from doing it. I have no clue why I'm like this. I have absolutely no clue why I feel like I have a good grasp on theory, good plans, and then all of a sudden, when it comes down to it, I go into, I guess, degenerate gambling mode, and I feel like I know better than my plan, and then I end up pushing the gas pedal a little bit too hard, and that leads to a big downswing. So if you're in this massive boom and bust cycle, continually blowing up accounts in a marvelous fashion, big upswings, big downswings, I'm right there with you. I totally understand what you're going through, and I want to share with you how I at least fixed it for myself. As you might have guessed, the answer was systematic trading. I needed to take myself out of the equation. If I understood the theory and felt like I could come up with a good trading plan, the weakest point in that whole methodology was me, the person not sticking to the plan. Yeah, I wish I had monk-like discipline where I could follow it every single day, day in and day out, but for whatever reason, I can't. So I needed to remove myself from the equation, and the answer to that was systematic trading. Something where I could say, hey, if XYZ happens, I want you to do ABC. I needed to take myself out. I needed to remove my own emotions from the equation. To be very specific here, when I say systematic trading, I mean exactly that. Robotic, emotionless, cold. None of that gut feeling BS. You get in when certain criteria are met, and you get out when certain criteria are met. And in that in between, you don't do anything. To give you a concrete example of what I'm talking about, let's discuss the Santa Claus rally. This is a well-known market phenomena that the market tends to trend to the upside, favoring the bulls at the end of the year. A system built around this could be, hey, I'm gonna buy on the first trading day of October, and I'm gonna sell halfway through January. That would be the system. Clear entry criteria, clear exit criteria. Now this probably sounds great, right? Sounds super easy and simple. And then you might realize that you don't know how to code. You don't know how to find these patterns. You don't know how to do a statistical analysis to know if it's a legitimate edge. And that's what I want to talk about. We now have a lot of tools at our disposal that can do this type of work for us, algorithmic, systematic, robotic trading with no coding necessary. One service that allows you to do this is Streetbeat, which happens to be the partner of this video for pretty obvious reasons. In my years of both trading and content creation, there are very few products I've seen that are this ingenious. Streetbeat allows you to become a systematic, algorithmic, robotic trader with no coding experience. Streetbeat is a robo-advisor that allows you to utilize AI to create your own trading co-pilots. Now, as you work to develop your own AI trading strategies, the Smarty Pant Quants at Streetbeat have pre-built some that you can use if you desire. For example, they have a generative AI revolution one, a top government contract recipient, and even a bond ladder, just to name a few. Personally, my favorite one, and it's just because I think it's funny, is the US Congress buys. This portfolio tracks the performance of stocks that have been purchased by members of US Congress or their family. This portfolio is weighted based on the reported size of the purchases with daily rebalancing. And to put that in layman's terms, this AI copilot allows you to buy what Congress is buying, sell what Congress is selling, and all you have to do is opt into it. It takes care of everything else. Obviously, this sounds awesome, but the truth is, it's even better. Streetbeat is currently running a specialty offer where if you use the code MATT, M-A-T-T, you'll get a deposit bonus that scales with how much you put into the account. And on top of that, you could receive up to an additional $5,000. Yes, you heard me right, an additional $5,000 through the Refer a Friend program, so make sure you check out those details posted below. To summarize, Streetbeat is a robo-advisor that allows you to leverage AI to generate and utilize your own trading strategy, which allows you to become a systematic trader. In my humble opinion, systematic trading is the best way to engage in the markets because it removes your emotions out of the equation. And in my personal experience, that was by far the weakest part of my entire methodology. If that makes sense to you, if it resonates in any manner, you should definitely check out Streetbeat and don't forget to use the code MATT. I appreciate your time. I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, best of luck in the markets.